Hi guys, I'm going to be playing a challenge with Bogles. I already recorded a league with this deck, and I made some few changes, and I think I'm going to try to take this into a challenge. So the main change is that I basically added a bunch more value creatures. So a few 3-minute specters, a few Elvish Visionaries, and a few core Skyfishers. Skyfisher is kind of reliable because there's abundant growth, these value creatures, as well as Heliod's Program to basically get extra value. And yeah, so basically with this change, I have some percentages here. So Adventurous Impulse is basically going to be around 70% of the time you're going to get a creature of some sort. 70% of the time it's going to be a land drop. Around 40% of the time it's going to be a value creature. You can find a Bogles 35% of the time, and a white source 27% of the time. So yeah, so I think I've continually been impressed by Adventurous Impulse, and I think that I think it is quite good. And I think some people have been talking to me about how adding cantrips slows Boggles down. It's while it obviously doesn't do anything in your most busted draws, I think when you're trying to measure how good a deck is, you want to be measuring the average strength, the average kill speed of your deck, not not in your perfect draw, how you have to spend one extra mana. So in fact, I think that I'd be pretty confident that adding Adventurous Impulse actually speeds up the average kill of Bogles. So I guess I'll have that obviously take a bunch of simulation, or a bunch more people testing this deck to actually figure it out. But I do think Adventurous Impulse is definitely good, and I mean, we'll see, but I think it's good, and it makes the deck better. Also, I want to take a quick note to talk about kind of adding value creatures. So this approach of adding value creatures is something I've done in general with combo decks. So like this one, Elves and Blitz. So the thing is, in Pauper, the control decks, or the Blurred Delver, Boros, Tron, Blue Black Alchemy, etc. They postboard, they find their hate with a much higher probability than I guess than you can find counterplay. This is because they basically, those decks have much better card draw and card filtering, so they can get their hate much easier postboard than you can. So I think usually against those decks, with combo decks like this, I've kind of always tended to try to want to go with more value. So the idea is that so they can try to get more counterplay for your combo, but you can actually hopefully try to outgrind them with value. So while they're bringing in kind of narrow hate, you just kind of hopefully beat them down with normal creatures. So yeah, essentially, I think value creatures is kind of like it's looking towards kind of the postboard matchups, and they're also kind of good in general, and so they're just in the main deck. They're also part of why they make Adventurous Impulse better. As far as the sideboard goes, I didn't change much. I added one extra value creature. I kind of cut down on the sideboard on the Bogles hate, because I realized that this deck was actually quite good against it already, because the value creatures are better than the Bogles. And yeah, I also cut down on some of the lifelink, because I found that this deck, all you really need is this one lifelink thing right here, and then otherwise, Heliod's Program is so quite good at finding Armadillo Cloak. So yeah, I'll be taking this challenge, and hopefully things work well.